Hello, welcome to the Daily Charge with Obi Daniels. We're still looking at lessons from the life of David, and today's topic is obedience is better. Obedience is better, and by the way, I'm not talking about obedience as per Obi, the presidential candidate for Labour Party. No, I'm talking about obedience is better. Now let's look at. We'll be looking at the life of David. We started from looking at Saul because we understand from the scripture that David wasn't God's first choice. Saul was God's first choice. So we looked at why did God refuse to continue with Saul, and why did he choose David, and that's what we've been looking at. So Saul, David's predecessor, was the Lord's first choice to lead Israel, but he didn't continue walking with God. But he didn't continue walking with God because he became lifted up in pride, and he did his own thing and he disobeyed God. So take note of these three things. He became lifted up in pride, he did his own thing, and he disobeyed God. Now in 1 Samuel chapter 15, Saul was given a command to destroy all of the Amalekites. Now the men, the women, the children, and the animals. It was to destroy everything, but he didn't do it. He saved the king, and they brought him back with the best of the sheep, oxen, and cattle. Now when Samuel arrived, Saul claimed that he had done the will of God. You can see that in First Samuel chapter 15, verse 13. And Samuel asked Saul this question. He said, "If you have truly done the Lord's will, why am I hearing these animals?" So when Samuel asked Saul, "Have you really done what God asked you to do?" Saul said, "Yes, I've done it." And Samuel said, "Wait, if you've done what God told you to do, how come I'm hearing the sound of animals?" And that was Saul's question to him. He said, "Why am I hearing these animals?" He said, "I told you to destroy everything, men, women, children, and animals." So Saul didn't destroy everything. Now his people, they destroyed some things, but they brought back the king and brought back the best of animals. And look at Saul's reply. And Saul said, "For the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God, and the rest we have utterly destroyed." Samuel reproved Saul, but Saul kept on saying, "It is not my fault. You don't understand. I did obey God, but you see, he didn't." So Samuel replied him. Now, as Samuel said, "As the Lord has great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Lord," meaning that God prefer sacrifices than obeying him. He said, "Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry." You see that in 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22 to 23. Now take note of those words. Yeah, God is saying that it is better to obey than to make your sacrifice. Now, sacrifice can be any other thing to us. Now, it could be to do the things that we would love to do for God. Maybe give seeds, pay tithe, do all the things that we normally would do, go to church and everything. But yeah, God is saying that it is better to obey me than do those things, and to hearken than the fat of rams. He said, "For rebellion," take note, he said, "For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft." That's to say that the way we look at witchcraft and we're like, wow, if somebody is a witch, we're like, whoa, how come? The Bible says that rebellion is like witchcraft. It says stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. You might not see stubbornness the way you're seeing it before now, but yeah, the Bible is saying that stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Now, when God tells us to do something, it is not open to negotiation. You don't need to interpret it. You don't need to interpret his command. You just need to do what God has told you to do. Looking at this, we realize how important to obey than to try to do it our own way. Saul felt it wasn't a big deal. After all, I've done the main thing. We've destroyed the Amalekites. It's just their king and small animals. We just want to take these animals and offer to God. But you see, to God, no. I told you to do this. Do what I've told you to do. Now, we're going to look further. We realize that it wasn't just because Saul made a mistake that God refused him. Remember, I said from the beginning, he became lifted in pride. He did his own thing and he disobeyed God. I want to say thank you for watching this video. I'd love you to drop a comment. What do you think about it? What have you learned? Because I'd love to read your comments. I'd like to engage with you. If there's something that God is speaking to you through this, please write it down. If you've been blessed by this, please just write it down in the comment. I've been blessed. If you just want to say thank you, just write it down. I need this comment to know that you're watching it, and also to help the algorithm of this so that more people can see. Then also, if you're not following me, if you're not subscribed to my channels, please do so. Like this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye.